Hello, Mr. Borys, Mr. Riok. This is Nike. We are going to interview people and try on their clothing.
What attracted you to work at Nike?
So I've been with the company for 3 years now. I started off at HOI in the city. It's a house of innovation. It's the global flagship. The store opened up in like Tuckahoe, so it's 5 minutes away. For me, I mean, Nike sells itself. It's one of the top brands. I believe a couple years ago, they did a survey, and the 3 most recognized symbols in the entire world is the swoosh for Nike, the cross, and then the golden arches of McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm also really big on sustainability, so a lot of the product that you'll see, anything with a brown tag or it says move to zero, it's recycled Nike product. So they grind down anything that's used or anything like that, and they recycle it. The carpet that you're standing on, a lot of the product, the stairs at a lot of the stores, it's all made from Nike product.
Well, like I work that year.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, we come in, we'll take shipment in if we have to in the morning, depending on the day. Other than that, like this type of store that we have is a well collective. So if you ever see like Nike Well Collective by Scarsdale, it's a concept that's more about the interaction with the consumer. It's not necessarily about the transaction. It's much more like a boutique feel. So it's a much more one-on-one setting versus like a factory store or a flagship like the House of Innovation. It's all about the transaction because you're just seeing a lot more volume of consumer. Usually we'll spend majority of the day on the floor servicing the consumer. Sometimes you'll see us pulling stuff in the back, processing shipment, all of our floors back here. And then at the night we'll close down the store, kind of make sure everything's good to go for the next day. Yep.
And what motivates you to work at Nike or for working at Nike?
Again, it's kind of like what I said. It's just like it's our easily recognizable brand. It's one of the top brands in the entire world. It's a great environment. The benefits. So like I turned 29 back in September. So it's like, you know, getting to that point in life, you got to think about health insurance, dental, mental, like they even have childcare. So if you have to work, you'll have somebody that can watch your kid or your parents instead of if you don't want to put them in like a home or anything, they actually have people that will come take care of that. You have pet insurance, car insurance, they do tuition reimbursement if you're in college. And then obviously like the employee discount is great too.
What are the company core values?
So our maxims is what they're called. You've got serve the athlete, which for Nike everything's like sports based. So it's like you've got the head coach, which is like the store manager. I'm considered an assistant manager, a specialist. Then you have athletes. You have a full-time, part-time athlete. You always be on the offensive. So it's just making sure you're doing the right thing. Just always going after, taking initiative, staying hungry, not settling. And then you've got creating the future of sport. So a big thing that's happened in the last 10, 15 years that there's a lot of people just on their phones all day. Kids don't want to go outside and be athletic. Nike is trying to work. We actually have an NCA program, which is a community ambassador where we actually go out and we work with schools to help kids be active in the afternoon. We'll do dodgeball, kickball, stuff like that.
Work/life balance.
With Nike, it's great. That's probably one of the reasons I've been with their company for 3 years now, and I have no intention of leaving. Usually for me, it's anywhere from, I'll work consistently 40 hours a week, but I will say that if I need more time, like they give you PTO, like out the wazoo, they give you sick time. Nike actually has a mental health week that you get every single year. You have 25 hours just for your mental health if you need it. So work-life balance is super easy. If I want to take on more hours, they're there. If I want to cut back a little bit, I just got to speak with my head manager about it.
How would you say Nike engages with local communities and supports social causes?
Okay. So one thing that I was just talking about was we have an NCA program, which is the Nike Community Ambassador. It's about creating the future of sport with kids. Like I was just saying, like a lot of kids nowadays, they're just on their phones or inside. So what we try to do is that we actually have a program where half of your shift, we'll go work with local schools and we'll actually do kickball, dodgeball, tag, anything like that, just to create that athleticism, just at a young age. Because like studies show, there's actually research that Nike has done, that kids that are much more involved in extracurriculars and sports are much more likely to graduate and go to college and graduate from college.
All right. How does Nike innovate with new technologies in schools?
So, like constantly, there's a whole research and development department that we have that specifically will go out. They'll get feedback from athletes depending on what sport it's in. We'll figure out what the athlete needs in the product and how they can generate that. So every single year you'll see like a basketball shoe. There's like Jaw 1, Jaw 2, Jaw 3, or all like the 38 different Jordans that they're out now. Every single year they're changing something slightly up based on the feedback that we get from athletes.
How has working at Nike benefited you as a person?
So for me, again, I think a big part of it is work-life balance. Not only do if I'm allowed to pick up more hours, I can. If I need to cut back on my hours, just if I have something going on in my personal life, it's just a simple conversation I have to have. Another thing that's really important to me is the benefits. Like I said, I turned 29 back in September, so car insurance, health, mental, dental, vision, pet care, it's all there. And it's not like I'm paying out the wazoo. There's also employee stock purchase plans, so we get to buy stocks at a reduced rate. You have tuition reimbursement if you go to college. We'll actually pay you to go to college. So all those things are really important for me, just as I want to grow and develop myself. Nike makes it really simple to do those things.
Do you prefer working for a bigger company rather than a smaller one?
I think so. I mean, for me, so I'm actually from Georgia. I've been in New York for 7 years now. My first time working in retail ever in my life was actually at Victoria's Secret, which is another really big Fortune 500 company. The experience between Victoria's Secret and Nike is night and day. I think Nike is really focused on not only serving the consumer, but also serving the employee. Like I said, they offer you a lot of benefits and they want to help you get to that next level, even if it's not just within the brand, just in life. Whatever you're doing in life, Nike's gonna help you.
And how they say Nike advertising kind of makes people more motivated. Do you think it's made you feel more motivated by working here?
I think so, yeah. I mean, obviously the employee discount is super great. It helps me buy all types of product and stuff like that I want to use. I actually run 12 to 15 miles a week. And so just by having access to all that, Nike actually has a training app and a run app that they actually have athletes and other celebrities that help motivate you on your run. And you can set, hey, I want to run 5 miles today. They'll plan the route out for you, and you can just go on and they have somebody there constantly in your ear just motivating you the whole way.
Thank you.
No problem.
What advice would you give to someone looking to work at Nike?
I mean, stay motivated and stay hungry for it. I applied 3 times before I got accepted. I started off as a seasonal athlete, then I went part-time, full-time, now I'm a manager. Again, it's just try to do as much community outreach as you can, just filling out your resume in that regard. It's not necessarily oh, you're qualified or you're not qualified. We do a basic hire view interview for it. It's like a virtual interview. It's super simple. But again, if you get the no, reach out, ask for feedback as to why, and then go right back at it.
And lastly, what's the most challenging part of your job, you would say?
I think it's every day you're going to run into something different. Sometimes we'll have what's called, an elevated consumer. Just for whatever reason, there's a million different factors where something maybe didn't work out for them. Maybe they got misinformation. It's how do you balance that while servicing and doing right by them, but also, protect the brand.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so what is the most selling shoe in the store?
So our top 5 sellers for this year, for our fiscal year, starting in June, is going to be a men's white Air Force. Then you've got the black cement 3s. Then after that, it's the men's black tech top. Then you've got the Mocha lows, Jordan 1 lows that came out. And then number 5 was a women's pink top.
Okay, thank you. So what are you shopping at Nike here for today?
I'm getting a new pair of sneakers because I have Nikes already and they're my favorite shoes, so I'm gonna get a new pair.
Why do you continue to shop at Nike?
Because the clothes are really good and the shoes are really good quality and they last me for a very long time.
Hello, brethren. This is Nike calling. What's your
Hi, I was just wondering what you guys have in the store.
Mr. Borys. We got shoes, sportswear, and I don't even know. Just come, boy.
How you want me to? How do you feel? Laugh real. How you want me to? How do you feel? Laugh real. How you want me to? How do you feel? Laugh real. How you want me to? How do you feel? Laugh real. How you want me to? How do you feel? Laugh real.
Hello, this is my outfit from Nike. This is my beanie. Keeps my head warm, especially if you have no hair. Like him, if you want to point the camera over here. This is, I don't even know what this is, but it just feels good. It's a compression long sleeve. Nike Tech pants, very warm, keeps me warm, and my Air Jordans make me feel like I'm walking on air. This is also Nike also has winter attire, which keeps me very warm. I also have my Nike basketball bag that I bring to my basketball games. Also have my Nike water bottle that keeps me very hydrated after I'm done with my basketball games. Hello, this is me again. This is a unisex running outfit. This is the only color that they had today. Kind of tight, but it helps with compressing your muscles. I mean, feels good. 360, here you go. Looks good. Thank you.
How you want me to?